A physical storefront attracts zero customers if you unlock the door, turn off the lights, and walk away. Your digital storefront operates the same way. Many local business owners claim their Google business profile, complete the verification process, and check it off their list. They assume the administrative work is done. In reality, the local map pack, that block of highly visible map results at the top of a Google search, is a competitive environment. It is where high-intent customers go when they have an immediate need, and securing a spot there requires continuous input. This comparison matrix shows a massive performance gap over time. On the left, a static profile with a single review. On the right, an active profile, loaded with updates and an upward trend in impressions. Without consistent data, the static profiles graph flatlines completely. We are going to audit the 8 structural errors quietly suppressing local visibility. By applying a strict return on investment lens, we prioritize exactly which fixes actually warrant your operational bandwidth. Treating a profile as a one-time administrative chore rather than a continuous operational input causes local businesses to forfeit their market share directly to active competitors. Foundational data alignment starts with a concept called NAP. That stands for your business name, address, and phone number. This chart plots operational effort against map pack visibility impact. It gives us a framework to decide which data problems we need to tackle first based on their algorithmic payoff. Inconsistent NAP data across different web directories destroys algorithmic trust. If your website says one thing and Yelp says another, your ranking potential is permanently throttled. You can see NAP inconsistency lands right here. It requires high effort to fix, but yields a high impact of your visibility. Fixing this demands a meticulous, manual audit of all web directories. You have to ensure absolute character-for-character consistency across every single digital mention of your business. The second major foundational error is choosing a vague primary category instead of researching highly precise, granular local options. Watch as this second icon drops into the top left quadrant. It takes very little effort to fix, but heavily impacts visibility. Precise primary categories dictate your relevance. If you select a broad label, the algorithm lacks the specific context it needs, making your business completely invisible for the niche, highly profitable services you actually want to rank for. Standardizing NAP and primary categories is tedious administrative work. Failing to align this data places an invisible ceiling over every marketing dollar you spend. Pacing quickens slightly. Beneath those core details lie 2 critical infrastructure errors: incomplete service profiles and the threat of duplicate listings. This flowchart illustrates what happens when third-party data or a recent rebrand accidentally generates a duplicate listing. It immediately splits your ranking authority into fragments, dragging your overall algorithmic trust score down by as much as 60%. You must actively hunt down and merge these unauthorized variations through Google support. Forcing those fragments back into a singular entity restores your full ranking authority. Once you have a singular, authoritative profile, you have to complete it. Every granular service field, business hour, and specific attribute needs to be filled out. Blank sections leave Google with massive contextual gaps. Without a complete profile, the algorithm cannot confidently match your business to hyperlocal searches, creating friction for any customer trying to figure out if you actually solve their specific problem. This is not a one-time setup. Outside data sources relentlessly push updates to business listings, requiring continuous management to protect against unwanted external changes. Actively hunting down duplicates and maintaining granular fields pulls time away from your core operations. It is also the only reliable way to guarantee algorithmic clarity and protect the authority you've built. Once the static data is secure, visibility relies on the outward-facing dynamic elements of your profile, customer reviews, and visual content. Leaving negative feedback unanswered, or rarely asking your current clients for fresh reviews, directly signals a dead business to the algorithm. Google wants to see a high-volume, continuous exchange of activity. It looks for verifiable proof that a business is operating, engaged, and trusted by the community. That activity extends to visual evidence. Profiles showing only a logo and a 5-year-old storefront image look abandoned. Lack of fresh, real-world photos drastically reduces the likelihood that a human searcher will actually click to call you. The operational fix requires building an internal staff system. You need a dedicated process for weekly photo uploads, consistent review requests, and professional, timely responses to every piece of feedback. Looking back at our effort versus impact quadrant, this continuous operational habit lands squarely in the extreme top right corner. It requires the highest continuous effort, but yields the absolute highest direct lead generation. Shifting Google Business Profile Management from an occasional IT checklist item to a weekly operational habit delivers the highest direct conversion ROI of any strategy in local search. The most complex structural error local businesses make is treating their Google Business Profile as an isolated asset entirely separate from their main website. This flowchart demonstrates how Google verifies relevance. A local search query scans both your website data and your GBP data. When the algorithm finds inconsistent services or mismatched geographies between the two, the connection breaks. That immediately forces the confidence score down. If your map listing claims you offer precise emergency plumbing services in Arlington, but your website features weak, generic service pages that don't mention Arlington at all, that misalignment actively sabotages your local visibility. The solution is to rewrite your website service pages and your profile descriptions so your geography, services, and core topics align perfectly. When those datasets match, the confidence score maxes out. This creates a compounding effect. Strong, detailed website authority validates the map listing, and a high-ranking map listing efficiently drives targeted local traffic back to the website. You cannot treat the map listing as a siloed shortcut to bypass building a good website. True local visibility requires a synergistic SEO engine where both properties continuously validate each other. Winning the local map pack demands a relentless exchange. You trade ongoing, weekly operational bandwidth for algorithmic trust and high-intent customer inquiries. This decision tree asks, do you have 5 hours a week for local SEO? If yes, follow the DIY path. Audit your category and standardize your NAP manually. But for time-poor owners, hunting down duplicate listings wastes resources. You must delegate to preserve time. Delegating the work protects your schedule. Ignoring the problem entirely guarantees you will incur the severe compounding penalty of lost local revenue. For businesses that lack the internal time to fix these digital fundamentals, but absolutely need the revenue generated by the map pack, USA Marketing Pros provides a clear ROI solution. They specialize in the exact operational tasks required to rank in Northern Virginia and DC, optimizing Google business profiles, managing complex citation audits, and strengthening local SEO signals that lock your properties together. Clean up your digital foundation so you can capture the local customers you are currently missing. Go to usamarketingpros.com today to request your free consultation.